close are we to the room? It's 312, isn't it? It's just right here. That's it. There's a VCR here. Looks like I'll be able to use it.
Are you taping again? Come on. I don't know why, but I just love it here. It's so peaceful. You know what I heard? This whole area used to be a sacred place. I think I can see why. It's too bad we have to leave. Please promise you'll take me again, James.
Mary.
So there you are, James. Did you get the letter? Did you find Mary? If not, let's get going already, okay?
Laura. Mary's gone. She's dead.
Liar, that's a lie!
No, that's not true.
She died because she was sick?
No, I killed her.
You killer! Why'd you do it? I hate you! I want her back! Give her back to me! I knew it! You didn't care about her! I
sorry. The Mary you know isn't here. Laura, I'm sorry. That voice!
This is where things get really messed up. Things are starting to break down and things are coming to a head. That, I think, is the pivotal scene in Silent Hill 2. James helped Mary die to put them out of their misery. And the guilt and pain they feel from that and the loss of Mary is just incredible. I love how the ceiling is leaking, as if this whole place is under Toluca Lake. They did say there were a lot of bodies at the bottom of Toluca Lake. Oh, they're marked in purple now. We're in a different hotel this time, the Otherworld.
Mary's going to die? You must be joking.
Must be joking.
I'm very sorry.
But you're a doctor. It's your job to heal people. How can you just let her die?
Please, calm down. As her doctor, I promise I'll do what I can. But there's still no effective treatment for her condition.
How long does she have?
I'm afraid I'm not sure. 3 years at most. Perhaps 6 months. It's impossible to say with certainty.
This is the same hallway, isn't it? It's bringing me out to different doors. Now I'm on the other side? Yeah, I'm bouncing between this over here and this over here. Room 202 took me over to the hallway on the other side. Let's take it again. And let's try 216. It's unmarked on the map. To 12. Now I'm back here. What if I go back into the door I just came from? Well, it just takes me to the door on the right across the hall. Maybe I don't need to go into any more of these doors. I love this droning music. I'm gonna guess that we're going to the basement. Sure giving me a lot of supplies very quickly.
looking for you. Now you're the only one left. Maybe then I can rest. Mama, why are you running away? You're not my mama. It's you. Oh, I'm sorry.
Angela, no.
Thank you for saving me. But I wish you hadn't. Even Mama said it. I deserved what happened.
No, Angela, that's wrong.
No, don't pity me. I'm not worth it. Or maybe you think you can save me. Will you love me? Take care of me? Heal all my pain? That's what I thought. James, give me back that knife.
No, I won't.
Saving it for yourself?
Me? No, I'd never kill myself. It's hot as hell in here.
You see it too. For me, it's always like this.
It's another really powerful scene that I like so much. Oh, there's so many good things about it. You see it too. For me, it's always like this. In the sort of deadpan way that James says it's hot as hell in here. The fact that you can't follow them as they just slowly walk into the flames. Oh, I love this camera angle. Look at that. This place looks at once flooded, but also burned.
I was weak. That's why I needed you. Needed someone to punish me for my sins. But that's all over now. I know the truth. Now it's time to end this.
And they just impale themselves. It's interesting that there's more than one. And James said, "I don't need you anymore." Pyramid Head won't move anymore. Looks like he's holding something. Rust-colored egg. Scarlet egg. I don't need this anymore. It's just a corpse now. Yeah, I love that. I don't need this anymore. There's a round indentation in the door. Another round indentation. I don't know if it matters which one I put where. Scarlet and rust-colored. It's about the size of a quail's egg.
Mary?
What do you want, James?
I brought you some flowers.
Flowers? I don't want any damn flowers. Just go home already.
Mary, what are you saying?
Look, I'm disgusting. I don't deserve flowers. Between the disease and the drugs, I look like a monster. Well, what are you looking at? Get the hell out of here! Leave me alone already! I'm no use to anyone. I'll be dead soon anyway. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. It'd be easier if they'd just kill me. But I guess the hospital is making a nice profit off me. They want to keep me alive. Are you still here? I told you to go. Are you deaf? Don't come back. James, wait. Please don't go. Stay with me. Don't leave me alone. I didn't mean what I said. Please, James. Tell me I'll be okay. Tell me I'm not going to die. Help me. James, I've been waiting.
Mary. I'm sorry it took so long.
Didn't you want to see me?
Yes, I wanted to see you. Even an illusion of you. That's why I came here.
It's not true, is it? You killed me.
I couldn't watch you suffer.
Don't make excuses, James. I know I was a burden on you. You must have hated me. That's why you got rid of me.
It's true. I may have had some of those feelings. It was a long 3 years. I was tired.
That's why you needed this Maria person? James, do you really think I could ever forgive you for what you did? James. James. You killed Mary again?
That wasn't Mary. Mary's gone. That was just something Maria? Maria,
What, James?
I want you. I want you with me.
Are you sure?
Come on. Let's get out of here.
What about Mary?
It's okay. I have you.
In my restless dreams, I see that town. Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday, but you never did. Well, I'm alone there now, in our special place, waiting for you. Waiting for you to come to see me. But you never do. And so I wait, wrapped in my cocoon of pain and loneliness. I know I've done a terrible thing to you. Something you'll never forgive me for. I wish I could change that. But I can't. I feel so pathetic and ugly laying here, waiting for you. Every day I stare up at the cracks in the ceiling, and all I can think about is how unfair it all is. The doctor came today. He told me I could go home for a short stay. It's not that I'm getting better. It's just that this may be my last chance. I think you know what I mean. Even so, I'm glad to be coming home. I've missed you terribly. But I'm afraid, James. I'm afraid you don't really want me to come home. Whenever you come see me, I can tell how hard it is on you. I don't know if you hate me or pity me, or maybe I just disgust you. I'm sorry about that. When I first learned that I was going to die, I just didn't want to accept it. I was so angry all the time, and I struck out at everyone I loved most. Especially you, James. That's why I understand if you do hate me. But I want you to know this, James. I'll always love you. Even though our life together had to end like this, I still wouldn't trade it for the world. We had some wonderful years together. Well, this letter has gone on too long, so I'll say goodbye. I told the nurse to give this to you after I'm gone. That means that as you read this, I'm already dead. I can't tell you to remember me, but I can't bear for you to forget me. These last few years since I became ill, I am so sorry for what I did to you, did to us. You've given me so much, and I haven't been able to return a single thing. That's why I want you to live for yourself now. Do what's best for you, James. James, you made me happy.
You'd better do something about that cough.
Let's wrap up with some thoughts on Silent Hill 2. I'm surprised about what happened in that ending. I was going for that ending specifically, but I've never seen it before. The playthrough that I watched got an entirely different ending. At first, it was a little bit happier than I expected. Basically having Maria as a replacement? Because it kind of seemed like they weren't really a replacement. It seemed it was more like James moving on and finally deciding to be with someone else. But when that cough came in, oh my god, the same cough that Mary had that preceded their cancer. Oof. Oh, that hit hard. That turned it from a sort of happy ending into a real sad one. Also, I thought that what James had done was assisted suicide. I thought they helped Mary die because Mary wanted to die, wanted to stop suffering, but they didn't. I had forgotten that detail. They actually murdered Mary Mary didn't consent to that. So James, God, I understand even more why their feelings are so just conflicted and guilty and just all messed up. Because apparently Mary, having to face their own impending death, became very angry and started lashing out and just treating James poorly often, which is understandable. I mean, God, it's understandable. But that, combined with the pain of seeing your loved one just slowly drifting away, not wanting to see them because of all the feelings it brings up and how they treat you and seeing them miserable. Right, Mary said, I don't even know if you want to see me. I don't even know if you want me home. It feels like their motivation for killing Mary is part trying to help them not suffer so much. But doing that without their consent is obviously the wrong way to go. That makes it murder. But also I think anger was a bit of it. They were tired and they were angry that this pain just kept continuing and continuing and continuing, and they couldn't take it anymore. It's really messed up. God. So even though this ending, before the cough, on the face of it, seemed kind of nice. It seemed like it was James moving on. After the cough, it reinforced what I originally thought the ending was going to be, which is it's not James moving on. It's James being with someone who is Mary, but not sick. Or at least they thought they weren't sick. Obviously, it turns out that they are getting sick, just like Mary. But it feels like they really are a replacement for Mary. They're done with Mary, so now they have another one, which is very creepy. I am glad that I saved Silent Hill 2 for last. This is the 8th and final Silent Hill that I've played. There are only 8 Silent Hill games, and I've played all 7 of the other ones. And I am so glad that I decided to dive into this series that I had barely touched before. It's really good. It's really interesting. You know, there's a lot of really good games and some really not good games, but man, what a series. I can see why people like Silent Hill 2 so much. It is my favorite now. Before this, I think Silent Hill 4 was my favorite, but Silent Hill 2 kind of just edges up there a bit above Silent Hill 4. Silent Hill 4, I think, has some really clever ideas and kind of has a cool factor that I find really intriguing. The whole stuck in a room thing and the whole thing with Walter Sullivan. I found all that really cool, for lack of a better word, just kind of cool. I'm like, whoa, this is a cool idea. But what Silent Hill 4 doesn't have is that much emotional resonance. Especially because the main character, was it Henry Townsend? I think their name was. They are just a nobody. They're just generic dude with no personality at all. The stuff that they're going through, stuff happening, is not actually because of them, it's because of Walter Sullivan. So they're kind of traveling through someone else's world. There just isn't that much emotional resonance there. But with Silent Hill 2, there is. Everything is almost entirely because of James Sunderland. And they are an actual character that did actual things and has motivations and feelings, unlike almost every other Silent Hill character. So emotionally, Silent Hill 2 is really powerful, and it just does so many other things so good. There's so many clever things that it does with Angela and with beautiful music and incredible camera angles and the environments and the monsters and it's my favorite. It's really good. I know I started this series with no introduction of any sort because I really wanted to go all in on this kind of immersive VHS sort of lo-fi experience. So now that we're at the end, I want to kind of pull back the veil and talk a little bit about the major choices that I've made in this playthrough. This game has, I would say, 3 main endings, and I consider the main endings because they're reachable on a first playthrough. There's another one that I think you can reach after you've gotten all the main ones, and then I think there's a couple sort of jokey endings. And which one you get is dependent on the actions that you do during the game. The ending that I saw when I watched somebody else play this game was underwater. It's basically when James decides it's all too much and kills himself underwater. Which, now that I think about it, the whole hotel is getting more and more filled with water towards the end of the game, isn't it? There's another ending called Leave, which is sort of like the default ending in the sense that if you don't know anything about the game and it's your first time playing, it's probably going to be the one you get. That one is basically James is strong enough to not be drowned in all of their grief and pain, and so they leave. The third ending, which is the one that we got, is Maria. That's the one where you want to be with Maria, and you leave with Maria. I thought that one sounded really interesting. Having Maria as kind of a replacement for Mary. It's really fucked up, honestly. And I thought that was really interesting. I made some decisions during this playthrough that probably seemed kind of strange because I was trying to go for the Maria ending. So here's the sorts of things that affect the endings. So the leave one, the one where you're strong enough to not drown in everything, you're strong enough to leave, you basically get a higher chance of getting that ending when you do things that show that you're strong and you have a will to live. So, for example, if you frequently overheal more than you actually need, that will contribute to you leaving. Also, if you listen to that entire conversation with Mary in that corridor right after defeating Pyramid Head, that also increases your chance of having the will to leave. Those are the only two things that actually increase your chance to get that ending. But the thing is, that ending by default actually has the highest chance from the start. So it uses a point system. There's 5 points just right at the start of the game automatically to leave. There's 5 points for that. There's 3 points for the Maria ending, and you start out with 2 points for the underwater ending. So just right off the bat, you're much more likely to get the leave ending because you just start out with a bunch of points for it already. For the in-water ending, you only start out with 2 points in that, but there's quite a few things you can do to increase the points. So basically doing things that might indicate that James doesn't want to live, or gives them more reason not to live. For example, if you read the diary on the hospital roof, the one from Maria, that gives you another point for the in-water ending. The headphones that we listened to in the reading room at the hotel near the very, very end also increases the chance for the in-water ending, gives you another point for it. Also, if you stay at 50% health or below for a long amount of time, that will increase your in-water points, anywhere between 1 point and 2 points, depending on how long you stay like that. Examining Angela's knife also gives you another point for the in-water ending. I was roughly tallying up the points that I thought I was going to get for the in-water ending, and it seemed like I might actually accidentally get the in-water ending, because a lot of those things I've done. Read the diary in the hospital roof, check. Listen to the headphones, check. So I actually did something kind of tricky that hopefully you didn't notice during the playthrough, which is for a couple things. For example, listening to the headphones in the reading room. I listened to them in the video, but then I actually made a save before listening to them and loaded that and then tried to pretty seamlessly edit it in so it looked like I listened to the headphones, but in the save that I was continuing with, I didn't, to lower my in-water points. Also, the whole conversation in the long hallway after defeating the Pyramid Heads, I did the same thing with that. Listened to it in the video, but then I reloaded from before it and edited it in so it looked like I did, but I actually didn't. And then there's a bunch of things I did with Maria to up my points for that ending. Most of them have to do with things that you do with them when they're with you for the beginning part of the game. For example, after parting with Maria in the hospital, if you return to the room she's in to check on her, that'll give you another point for the Maria ending. That's why I kept checking in on her. In the labyrinth, after exiting the room with Maria's corpse, try multiple times to re-enter that room. That was that white door. Remember when we found a way into the jail cell where Maria was staying at? We saw them alive in there before, but then once we found a way in, it was just their body. So you gotta try to re-enter that room multiple times. That gives you another point. bumping or not bumping into Maria can either lower or raise your points for the Maria ending. If you bump into her a lot, it lowers it. If you don't bump into her, it raises it. I think I bumped into her once. I think bumping is considered when you sprint and hit him and they do a little like bumping back animation. I think I hit him once, so I don't know if I got like a 0 for that or a +1. If Maria receives very little to no damage, that gives you another point for the Maria ending. That's why I tried to make sure they didn't get hurt. I think they got hurt once before the Pyramid Head running to the elevator thing. And then during that run, they got hurt twice. I tried really hard to avoid them getting hurt there, but I just couldn't find a reasonable way to do it. So I think I probably got a +1 there, but I'm not sure. The Maria ending can either be -1 or -2 if Maria receives damage from James. Shoot them, hit them with something. Yeah, that'll massively decrease your Maria ending points. You get a +1 if you stay close to Maria a lot of the time, which is why I made sure I'd kind of sprint in just little bursts and then start walking so they could catch up well. So I think I got a +1 in that. And you also get a -1 to Maria if you examine Mary's photograph and Mary's letter, the ones you have for the whole game since the beginning. So that's why I avoided examining those at the very beginning of the game. And all this information is coming from a very helpful website. I'll put the link to it in the description. So that is the end of not only Silent Hill 2, but also of my deep dive into all 8 Silent Hill games. It's been a very interesting series to play. Everything from incredibly good Silent Hill games to really bad ones on all sorts of different platforms, PS2, Wii, PS3, PC? Oh yeah, I played Homecoming on PC as well. Alright, that's it. Thanks for